leaping?
I think it's supposed to be
live.
leaping, yeah. It does sort of look like it would collapse, though. Cause
Video is not showing up on my screen.
It's delayed.
Oh.
So everything you're saying is being... I'm just saying we're live.
Okay.
Hi, everybody.
I still don't see video on my screen now. Oh, there we go.
I'm just... Trust me, I've done this several times. We are, in fact, live.
So then I said, that's the last time I ordered the death cheese.
Oh, I was catching the chat up on our discussion about D&D cheeses.
I was tweeting that as well.
Yes.
The
Caddy Brie. And
at Elminster's.
right. Yeah, that's actually what we're going to spend the entire 2 hours discussing, everybody, in internet land, is cheeses. So, sorry to disappoint.
You could have Ale Munster cheese.
Oh, yeah, Munster. Munster sounds
Ale
good.
Munster.
Yeah, Ale Munster.
Trevor, you want to get the door for us?
Yep.
And are you set to go?
Yep.
All right, welcome everyone from the internet back to another D&D live streamed game of Scourge of the Sword Coast. I'm your Dungeon Master, Greg Bilsland, and with me today are...
Tom Olsen, game designer.
Trevor Kidd, D&D brand.
Matt Sernett, designer.
Dan Gelon, art director.
And Mike Merles will not be here today. He was thrown in jail. No, I mean his character was thrown in jail. We'll get to that in a moment. So we need to point out that this may contain adult language. No promises though. And so viewer discretion is advised. Anything else that we need to... We'll be playing with our most recent version of the rules, so if there's any discrepancies between what you see in the game and the playtest rules, that's why. In addition, we are running Scourge of the Sword Coast, which is available as part of D&D Encounters and dndclassics.com. The characters previously in Scourge of the Sword Coast had journeyed south from Waterdeep along with the caravan driver Bjorn Steelstrike to the city of Daggerford. Along the way, they encountered many farmsteads that had been burned and looted, along with goblins and evidence of gnolls. This was troubling, and you were able to dispatch the goblins quickly, and when you reached Daggerford, you found more trouble there, where refugees had been gathering outside of the town, demanding entrance, and a confrontation with the city guard was imminent. Your actions spurred some activity, particularly a certain warlock's actions, in which Mike's character incinerated a guard that had gone manic.
Fully justifiably.
And somewhat reluctantly, the captain of the guard, Sherlin Miller, had let your party into town so that you could discuss matters further. Also, the halfling Curran Kervalin was able to offer to purchase rooms for some of the refugees, further dismissing the matter, but it was clear that Daggerford was under siege and in trouble. And so you started to investigate how you might help. You learned that part of the trouble was associated with a stone that had been stolen from the Duke, and that there was an individual named Jekk, a dwarf and friend of Istival, who had been suspected of stealing the stone, but was still in town and ostensibly under Istival's protection. Istival, you also discovered, was not in town, but you knew that he was a patron to adventurers and somebody who might be worthwhile contacting in the future. Dan, you earned inspiration for role playing your characters.
I sure did.
So just a reminder that you have that.
How can I use that again?
You can use that to gain advantage on any check that plays into your character's personality and bonds and ideals.
All right.
So just let me know if you want to use that. Otherwise, I believe when we last left off, it was evening, early evening, and the group was planning to head back to the Lady Luck Tavern to meet with the halfling Curran Kervalin.
Do we need to just sort of walk away and leave the warlock discussing matters in the jail, we just sort of slowly back away.
Yes. Tarmiel had said that he's going to need to investigate the security of the town further. It's very alarming that they don't have any spikes to place heads on, as this is an important
Deterrent.
important for reinforcing the law of the town. And so he has set about providing a manifesto of the, or a manifest and a manifesto of the improvements that the Daggerford needs to make.
And he's testing the security from inside one of the jail cells, just to verify that it is indeed secure.
Yes.
So
well,
are you sure that Mike just wasn't too intense last week and he wasn't invited back?
you got me, Dan. No, it's usually not good for you to kick your manager out of your D&D game, so I think I'm gonna leave a spot for him next time. Trevor Kidd is joining us, and we'll get to his character momentarily. So did you guys all want to head back to the Lady Luck Tavern, or did you want to investigate?
Sure. No, I think that the halfling offered to tell us what's going on, so let's go and learn what's going on.
Okay. The sun is set behind the walls of Daggerford, casting long shadows. Near the Lady Luck Tavern, which is one of the largest buildings in town, there's a marketplace. It's also adjacent to the dried goods where you had earlier, Tom, purchased food. It was
No,
you,
it's
right?
me.
Oh, sorry, that was you. That was what you got your inspiration for.
Yeah.
Had purchased food for many of the refugees, though didn't want to take credit for it,
No.
as I recall. And so you can pass by those buildings and enter. The Lady Luck Tavern is a fairly sizable and open on the inside. The lower level is a eating and drinking area. There's a large stone column in the center in which you can see sort of writing scrawled on it of all different sizes and shapes. There's also some like iron bars that you could actually climb up the column, set into them. There's another story above that has more places to, it looks like, sit to eat. And it looks like there might be some places to stay up there. It's starting to get crowded as the dinner crowd is moving in, but you can easily spot Karen sitting over at the bar.
That's the halfling?
Yeah.
Oh, as we go in, I assume there'll be a table nearby that I pass that has people in like glasses on it and stuff.
Yes.
As we go by, I kind of just accidentally knock one over and just keep walking.
Is this accidentally or actually accidentally?
It's to be determined. It's my negative personality trait.
Right.
So I think that it's a subconscious, so I don't know that I'm really doing it.
Just make a dexterity check, okay.
Let's see. So that'll be a 23.
Right. It looks accidental to them, and so as you guys go by, you hear the clatter of a cup, a mug hit the ground, and
Does it look accidental to us?
he pulled it off pretty convincingly, so I'm going to say yes.
So I'm sort of eyeing, they've got food plates there too, right?
And it looks like a group of fishermen that are sitting there, and one of them's just like, "Hey, what the heck, buddy?"
I sort of turn. I act very surprised. I'm like, I'm very sorry. Let me make amends, and I'll sort of as I go to sort of clean up, I'm going to knock another cup over.
It's just cut it out, and you're no more help.
All right.
Adventurers.
What's the cost of like the ale?
It's probably a silver piece.
Okay, I have
Probably less than that. It's actually probably a copper piece.
Okay.
Cheap stuff.
I'll throw a couple coppers. Sorry, back away and actually pretend like I'm about to knock over something behind me, but then catch myself. And just sort of.
All right, they all kind of grab their cups as you are nearby, you actually. I'll let everybody make a wisdom check for perception to see if you can hear what they mutter under their breaths.
9. Well, actually, I got trained perception, so it's going to be 11.
I have a 6.
All right.
19!
You just hear them mutter something to the effect of, Gosh, I guess we got the B-list adventures these days.
Oh, I'm glad I didn't hear that.
Yeah.
Axe that guy's head.
I am unperturbed by either events. I'm gonna go over to the halfling.
All of the activity has attracted Kuran's attention, who is sort of squinting at you guys, trying to figure out what's going on over there. But as you approach, he greets you and says, everything sorted out with Sherlin Miller then?
I wouldn't say so, but it's not my problem.
The tiefling's taking care of it for us.
How do you order food here?
Just tell Glennis what you want. And you can see that there's a woman behind the bar bustling about.
All right, I'm gonna order some stuff.
You can see that sitting next to the halfling is a gnome who seems to be in the halfling's company. Would you care to describe your character, Trevor?
Sure. Skrull looks like young for a gnome. That's hard to define. He's obviously not middle-aged or old, but they live for a few hundred years. He's actually got like a leather vest on with some brass studs in them, what they look like. And then you can see some like filigree around the studs. He's got a loose shirt. He's got a large scroll case tied to the back of his belt, kind of pokes out on the sides. He's about 3 foot tall. He has a pint that he is drinking. Dark hair, very well trimmed beard. Other than that, nothing else sticks out. The scrolls is the odd thing. The large scroll case is quite odd.
Are you related to Caps Lock?
We don't talk about Caps Lock.
Funny thing about that, a note to our viewers who maybe watched the Extra Life 25-hour D&D game, Trevor is actually playing his same character from that, who participated in a portion of that adventure.
Right, and on that note, he also seems like if you get close enough, you see this kind of like black tattoo that's traced up against like his neck that's hidden beneath the rest of his clothing. But that's something that's live game related as well.
The halfling says to you, yeah, just tell Glennis what you want and you can flag her down.
All right, I'm gonna flag her down and order some. Almost one of everything on the menu, I think. Because you can never tell when you might be hungry later on.
And as you are regaling the Glennis with everything that you want, Kuran is introduces you and says, this is one of my friends here in Daggerford, Scrolllock. He's a good fellow. I was just catching him up on the things that you did outside of town. It's pretty impressive.
Oh, that was these guys? I'll round of drinks for all of you guys. Put some money on the table, buy you all drinks.
Yeah, just watch out for that other one, the tiefling.
Yeah, I heard like we probably wouldn't get along too well. That's fine, it's fine. He's not here. He's not here, right? He's not? Okay.
Nice.
He's okay.
Yeah, that was weird. Anywho, you guys had some questions, as I recall, about the stone.
Not so much the stone as like what is going on in this town? Why? I mean, it's not gonna hurt anybody to let these people into town. So, like, what's the deal? Like, why doesn't the Duke or Baron or whatever just let people in town?
Well, everybody will probably tell you a different story, but frankly, I think it's an issue of this object that was stolen from his collection. Jekk can tell you more. I only got part of the story from him. But word is that this Delambirian bloke, an art object of some type, got grabbed a couple days ago, and ever since then, he thinks the refugees did it because, well, there's a lot of refugees in town. A lot of folks stay in the shanties.
Jekk knows what's going on. Why are we wasting our time with you?
Oh.
What's your charisma?
If you're gonna be that way.
What's your
13.
Oh, mine's 13 too.
What I'm sure you meant to say was you would really like to talk to Jekk and thank him for all of his help so far.
Yeah, whatever.
Okay.
I'm used to it. I can tell you a lot more about town, though, than probably most of the folks here. I keep one ear out.
How does any refugee in town who just got here get into the castle or whatever and get the Duke's bloke stone?
Oh, it wasn't in the castle.
Oh.
It had been there was a fellow, I think some stone carver, Gisson was his name, something like that. Jekk could know. He'd had it when it was stolen. They questioned that fellow. I don't think he had any news about it either, though. I don't know. You ask me, the Duke is kind of. He's a difficult fellow to get along with. As long as he's comfortable and happy, he pretty much ignores us. But when something, he gets a bee in his bonnet. It's.
So his ruling style is benign neglect.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. Lady Maldwin's much more of sort of. I don't know. She keeps an eye on things more carefully around here. She's captain of the militia. Sees to training.
Wife?
No, sister. Yeah, some folks around here, they'd say that she'd do a lot better a job of ruling the place, but, such as it is, it's the Duke and firstborn and all that business.
Was she the one that we passed in the drill fields coming over here earlier today?
That'd probably be her, yeah. Yeah, they've been trying to train up after all these attacks in the north and the east. Do you guys, I think I heard you saying something about goblins?
Mm-hmm.
We came across goblins in one of the farm,
And evidence of gnolls.
and evidence of gnolls on one of the farms that we came across. We saw blood. We believe they killed or did worse to the inhabitants.
Ooh.
So you killed them, right? The goblins.
The goblins
Yep.
brought it upon themselves.
Well, they're goblins. That happens.
It's more of a
We also have a fetish from, we think, one of the gnolls.
A ritual
What?
fetish.
Yeah, it looks like an amulet,
yeah,
an
sure,
amulet
yeah,
made out of a wolf's paw.
But Scrollock does almost
Yeah,
crack up before he says that. Like, hey,
Yeah, don't say that too loudly around here.
ritual fetish.
gotta have a gnoll fetish.
Well, if you're looking to talk about the gnolls, you ought to speak to Vosa Raker, or Vosen Raker. He, I believe he was a rancher up north and had some trouble with them. He might know more about where they came from.
Finally, a useful piece of information out of you.
Well,
You guys shouldn't let him talk very much.
Did you just not like other halflings?
We're wasting time here. What do we do? We're fine.
Buy that man another drink.
You've got a whole thing of food coming. Where are you gonna go?
Stops his mouth from moving.
I'm just gonna eat.
well, what can I say? I'm used to all types of folks around here, and it's not every day we see such a halfling of your stature. And you had mentioned last time you were a little, from eating,
yes.
you're a little on the
I'm a little
sizable
rotund,
side.
yes.
Yeah, so he's taking a jab back at you pretty clearly. Anyway, feel free to make yourselves at home. Lady looks great.
Should we? I look to my companions. I'm mostly the rogue who seems to be the unlikely voice of reason. Shall we inquire about rooms here? Or should we just sleep out on the fields?
Was Jekk gonna stop by, or were you gonna go see Jekk?
He was gonna stop by.
Okay.
If you've got any other questions, I gotta go see to the Shrine of Tamora, but Scrollock will stay with you, and he can introduce you to Jekk and show you around, and introduce you to anybody else around here.
Okay.
All right.
Hold up. My pint was like, yes. And you can tell he's a little bit into his drink at this point. Like, I will show you the bar. And Jekk when he shows up.
All right.
I think we should get some rooms. I'd like to talk to the lady of the town and see if maybe we can get some work. But that's probably for tomorrow.
As Corinne is sort of walking away, he'll turn as you say that and say, if you're looking for rooms, you probably won't find any here. You're going to have to head to the Silver Flood Inn or the River Shining Tavern. Pretty much any affordable lodging's been sold out. Refugees and all.
Right. Well, hey, we'll live in the high hog.
I like you guys. If that's how you live, that's great.
And Curran will make his way out, and the tavern will continue to fill up. You will continue to fill up.
Yep. My pockets too.
Yeah.
In case I
Your
get hungry
stories
later.
include
You like put like mashed potatoes in your pocket and gravy in the other.
I got special
Mashed potatoes over here.
You gonna eat that?
You're probably doing that to our plates.
Yes.
You can eat that. Here, you can have the
It's like
parsley.
one of those like food contest eaters where they're really small, but just like.
I do have sleight of hand. I'm not going to make you roll for it, but I'm definitely eyeing things on plates.
Glynis is a little surprised at your order, and but is happy to keep bringing food out to you and keep taking your money as brings out a full chicken.
A full chicken. Cook?
Lie.
I was gonna say, yeah, it's just a...
Did you guys want to just grab a table? Or are you gonna sit at the bar?
We're gonna need a table. Let's just fill up the
Yeah,
whole
let's
bar.
take a table. We'll find a
So
table.
where is Jekk in this establishment, or is he in a different one?
He'll be here soon. He'll stop by.
So let's get a
You would know
table.
he's been staying with Istival in Istival's house.
Yeah. Is this the full around right now? Okay.
Well, if Istival's not here,
Can we maybe stay in Istival's house?
maybe we should stay in Istival's house.
That might be a little presuspose,
I like this idea.
but I'll let you ask.
Let's
Jekk.
let's talk with Jekk.
All right.
I don't think we need to ask per se.
But okay.
When in the
That's
woods
fair.
and you come across an empty cave, you don't wait for an occupant to show up and ask permission to sleep there. You sleep there.
Well, you do in fact make sure that there isn't an occupant there already that's going to kick you out.
Well, we verify there's not an.
Oh, okay.
There's space there.
Yeah, let's ask. I mean, hey, if we don't have to pay for a room, that's good for me.
Doesn't hurt. Check's nice for a dwarf.
Oh, a dwarf. Well, in that case.
Maybe he needs
Nice-ish.
some extra
Yeah.
protection now that Istival's out of town.
Before Jekk arrives, somebody else approaches your party. You can see a sort of small-framed woman clad in robes who makes her way sort of through the tavern, goes up and speaks to Glynis, and who directs her over to you.
Robes like priestly or like
Priestly.
magic user?
Yeah,
robes?
priestly. And in fact, you can see sort of patterns of grain and nature on the robes, the hems of the robes. And she says,
Shantae?
Shantea?
she says, I believe one of you had some food delivered to our temple.
Maybe. What do you? Why do you need to know?
Even when he does a good deed. Screw you, lady.
Oh, I just wanted to thank you. My name's Hadesha. Was it you?
It was me. I just want to make sure that the people that are underprivileged got fed enough. I saw a lot of hungry people out there, especially children.
Yeah, it's very trying times.
I have a very deep voice for a halfling. I just do the high pitch.
This is the very white of halfling.
I have to imagine it's sort of a hobbit.
She says it was very kind. I wish that our temple could do more, but I'm afraid that people are sort of keeping to themselves these days and not prone to donate.
If you're looking for another handout, I've done my good deed.
No, I just wanted to thank you.
All right, well, you're welcome.
Are you all staying in town very long?
Some of us longer than others.
We'll see.
Now, we have a problem with that staying part. We're trying to find lodgings.
Well, you could certainly stay in the temple. We only have some small pallets to sleep on, but
We're accustomed to a certain level of accommodations.
The temple
the
sounds
road?
Very nice, and we may take out that offer. However, we're looking at other angles right now.
okay. Well, it's the Harvest House just on the north side, south of the Ducal Palace. So if you need anything, I'd be interested in speaking to you more on some of the activity outside of town. We had some disturbing signs, and if you're adventurers,
Disturbing signs.
yes, there was a few days ago. All of the messenger pigeons from a nearby town called Jolkoun arrived, and normally the priestess of Shantia, Esther, there named Esther, keeps them and uses those for delivering messages about. But none of them had any messages on, and it was concerning.
Have you heard from the?
Pretty damn concerning, yeah.
Have you
How
heard?
far away is that?
Yeah.
Oh, it's about a 10-day away,
10
but
days.
it's up the river on the way to Sacomber. But
How big's the village?
probably not more than 100 people, 200 people.
Yeah.
So that's to the east.
They deal mostly in cloth up
east?
there.
That's where the knolls have been coming
But they're
from.
coming from the north.
No, our tracks were all to the east when we were at the
Well,
homestead.
and the goblins were that direction more or less too.
Yeah.
The fishermen might know more. They oftentimes there's boats that come down the river from Jolkoun and Sacomber along.
That's fortuitous.
River
We've met some fishermen just earlier this evening.
Anyway,
You have not heard from this town since the pigeons arrived.
no, but I mean we don't regularly hear from them. At least I don't. Occasionally, I mean every few months I try to contact Esther there, but
Have you tried sending a pigeon back?
no, I haven't yet. That would probably be a good idea.
Does the Duke know about this?
Duke's a jerk.
I couldn't say. Don't normally. He doesn't normally keep me in his council.
Doesn't care about anything but his fat belly.
Luke Sunbright, the priest of the Monitor here, would know more of what the Duke knows. He's much closer to him.
Okay.
Anyway, I mean, my temple could only offer a small reward if you were to find out what's going on, but I would just be happy for any service you could provide.
How far away was it? Did we?
10 days.
10 days.
10 days to the village.
It's here. It's up the river to
Oh.
the east.
Oh, could we get up there faster if we took a boat?
You can get there by water.
And what is this?
You would know that there's some dangerous territory, well, semi-dangerous territory through there. There's the Laughing Hollow, which is inhabited by fey creatures.
It's not a comedy club.
Oh.
Favorite?
No.
Let's. So if you're going to do this, I would suggest you take the river at least part of the way.
But the Laughing
Yeah.
Hollow seems like a nice, friendly comedy club.
You
we
don't.
should check
You
out.
don't want to
Sounds
go
like a happy
there.
place.
I may make fake creatures look handsome and alluring, but it's not. They're not. Don't. It's not worth it.
Alright.
So is that 10 days by road going along the
Dellenbeer.
Dellenbeer Road?
Oh crap! I don't want to go by the
Yeah.
river either.
It's
Never
also called
mind.
River
I want to go by
Shine.
road.
Scrolllock, if you have a chance to speak with Delphin Yellowknife, if he could do a sending, or if he has any magic that could help him find out more about what's going on there.
Yeah. When I last spoke to Delphin, was he lucid?
Not really.
Okay, I can
and
try.
You probably haven't seen him in a few days, as he was wont to disappear for extended periods of time.
I can try. Was he in Daggerford or was he in a different?
He was in Daggerford in the tower,
See the local
number
mage.
8 there.
He is a sage. I would say that much for sure.
Can he scry over long distances like that?
Unclear. Would you like to meet him?
Sure, we'll put him on the list.
Sorry, what was your name?
Button Waddle.
Buttonwaddle. Well, thank you, Buttonwaddle, for the donation, and I'm sorry to put more troubles on you, but it seemed like a sort of thing that your group might be interested in, and any help would be appreciated.
We'll look into it.
Thank you. And she'll take her leave. Did you guys want to talk, or
Well,
otherwise I'll move?
I guess I should probably talk more with you guys.
Well, we're mostly just waiting for Jekk at this point.
So you know him. He'll be about
Yeah.
this tall, big red beard,
Just
grumpy
go on.
looking, a dwarf.
Since you're local, the other town, how large is it compared to Daggerford, and what's there?
Well, first of all, I wouldn't say I'm local. I've just been here for a little bit. There was some trouble.
Do you know of this other town?
Yeah, I've been through Jolkoun. It's smallish. It's smaller than here. I would call it more of a village and less of a town.
Does it
Very
have
much
any
so.
defenses whatsoever if something came there?
They got a small wall,
What was your concern about
but
the
not
mapping?
really.
So you seem
They're
concerned
gone.
overland and over
They're
river.
gone.
Well, if you follow the river, the most direct route is to follow the river. You're gonna go through the Laughing Hollow.
If we
There
go
are
and
Fae
there's a
there.
No army there. What
That's
do
correct.
we do?
Who may not be
exactly.
that
Yeah, no, they're gone.
receptive or friendly. I mean, it's a crapshoot.
We need
honestly.
to tell. We need to tell Lady.
You-
What's her name? I need your name again because I need to write it down. 'Cause I'm
So do
forgetting.
we really want to travel 10 days to
Hadishaw?
No,
face a potential
the
threat larger than?
ruler
A
lady.
threat of a couple hundred knolls.
Yes.
Lady Malden
What else are you doing?
suffice.
Well, apparently we're finding this stupid artifact for some reason.
Rock.
Look, the Delamere bloke.
Yeah.
Well, it's screw the. Is it a duke?
Duke.
Yeah, screw the duke.
Yeah.
Like it's. Ooh, he lost his rock.
Yeah, but if we're able to actually put him in a good mood, he may treat
No, he won't.
his herd better,
He's
or
a-
at least ignore them.
He's a jerk.
No, I think we should talk to Lady Maldwin and let her know what's going on. Because if Jolkoun is, I think Jolkoun has been wiped off the map. I mean, I don't think anybody there is alive. And there's probably some goblin or orc or gnoll army in the hills, probably within a week of here. And this
Well,
place is just sitting around doing nothing.
This Isfal character is supposedly hiring adventurers too, they said. So maybe Jekk knows something about that and maybe he can get us
Look into it.
some better work.
Which house is Deval's?
Well, we're waiting for
You would
Jekk
have to
at the
ask
bar.
somebody to
Yeah.
find out that information.
Which house is this Deval's?
Do you want to tell him, Trevor?
I don't recall. I think he's a big drink. He's a better liar than that. He's like, you know what? I don't rightly remember. I think I would need to be a little bit more clear in mind before I could go wandering around town to find Isabel's house. I've only visited it the one time.
It's like 3 blocks.
But
How can you get lost?
3 blocks. This is where are you from?
The woods, and I can navigate this.
So wait, you've seen this many houses before? You should be like, oh my god, bumpkin, look at all this stuff. There's like 4 houses in a row.
I've been to Waterdeep.
Okay, well that's fair. This is tiny compared to Waterdeep.
I know.
We actually all just came from water.
Yeah.
Listen, Jekk will be here. He can take you to Istaval's place. There are very few people I don't want to piss off, and Istaval's one of them.
Just trying to help.
It's not a town. He'll never know.
He'll know when we ran on the wall. Give us all your stuff.
That's another game. That's our other game.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
That's my other psychotic character.
That's right. That's right.
Okay. Some time passes, and
I'm getting bored waiting for Jekk. Perhaps that's why we should go to Istaval's house and find
Well,
Jekk.
I
Well,
understand. I'm
while
getting
we're
bored
waiting,
too.
we should
but-
talk to those fishermen. Oh, wait, do we even care about the river now and getting up the river?
We do, because maybe we
We-
need to know about the threat coming here.
Do I know of anything else I can tell them about? Any local stuff?
there
Throwing
is
a wrench in your
another.
adventure.
There is another person who tends to sort of recruit or work with adventurers, and that would be Valerian Philvanderson, who is
Valerian.
Joerson, you know, we're just.
Sounds like scientific name for a
Valerian
piece of anatomy that I don't
Philvin
know.
Dorson. There we go.
I mean,
Phil
Phil
and
Dorson.
And he's basically a former thief, rogue, adventurer type who often trains people and is sort of in the know about activity around here. He doesn't usually attend the tavern though, so you'd probably have to look him up at home.
What time is it right now? Ish.
No, which apparently you have trouble
7 or 8.
tracking 10 houses.
I like to go over and talk to the fishermen and just get the skinny on whether or not they've seen a lot of river traffic coming down the river.
Okay, does he go with you?
Him?
Yeah.
I don't.
him.
I don't think so. I think I'll just slip away at some point.
Okay.
Ask them if they've seen any unusual flotsam in the river too,
Yeah.
like corpses.
Here's one. I did see this corpse the other
They're all
day.
like out fishing, and they're like, huh.
Well, now that you mention it, you know, there was a lot
That's
of.
the third one today. Weird.
Burnt wood.
Reeling them in on their nets.
It's undersized, throw it back.
All right. You can slip away, and they'll sort of give you a suspicious look as you come up to them, because you came in accompanied
Yes,
by
yeah.
him, and the one who,
I just knocked over the drinks.
the one whose drink was knocked over, is going to look at you and say, "What do you want?"
Well, I was hoping we could chat a little bit about what's been going on the river lately. I can buy you a round of drinks.
Yeah, he kind of looks at, he looks a little hesitant, but the other guys are like, yeah. So like, yeah, okay, sure, have a seat.
It'd be like good cop, bad cop. He'll come back over and knock him over, and you'll buy more. And...
Well, I was actually thinking about if I could knock the serving tray over as it got close to him. I might be tempted if that does happen.
He says, the name's Edic. What can I do for you?
I'm Rennick. We're new around town, and I've just been hearing some weird things. And I was wondering if you've seen any boat traffic coming down river recently.
He kind of looks at the other folks at the table and says, no, actually, not much.
Less than normal? Same as normal?
Yeah, besides just kind of local folks with the small settlements just a few miles north of the river, I actually haven't seen anything come out of Secomber, and it's probably been a week or more.
And that's on. Oh, sorry. Okay.
Notice anything else odd?
Odd like what?
I don't know, something weird floating down the river or anything like that.
No, and one of the other guys says, actually, yeah, there was some, it was right around dawn a couple days ago, there was a bunch of, it was just kind of planks of wood and stuff that came down. I didn't make much of it at the time. Occasionally we have a ship that runs aground to some rocks, so figured that was somebody had some trouble.
If we wanted to hire a boat to go upriver,
So I yell
who
from
would we
the other
talk
side of the
to?
room. Hey, Rennick, remember to ask him if he's seen any corpses.
I am constantly
Yeah.
trying to put booze in that guy's mouth so he doesn't talk. I'm doing it in a nice way. Food, whatever.
Give him food to fill his
whatever.
mouth if he's
Yeah,
chewing.
everything.
Oh, this tastes great.
Yeah. I'm doing it in the nicest way possible. Here, you should try this.
My mouth is sort of half filled.
Yeah, Glennis will keep on bringing drinks and food. They all kind of pause for a second as he shouts that and says, continues as though nothing had happened, and says, yeah, we could arrange to get you taken up the river. The
Alright.
Shippers Guild would probably be able to secure a boat for you.
Okay.
Where are you looking to go?
Well, I'm not sure we're going to go anywhere just yet. I'm interested in learning more about Jolkoun. So,
It's not much of a town. I mean, they just have they do some cloth up there, some weaving, and I've got a nice tavern, Jester's Pride.
do you have any relatives up there?
Me? No.
Good. Good.
Not anymore.
Oh,
All right.
Do you think they're in trouble?
Could be. Thanks, guys.
Yeah, sure. Thanks for the drinks. You guys just continue talking, making small chat. Did you want to go back to join the rest of the group?
Yeah, I'm actually just going to step outside for a minute and look up and down the street for a dwarf, because what the hell?
true.
It's actually you can wait out there a little while, and it's not long before you do see a fairly well dressed dwarf making his way down toward the Lady Luck Tavern.
Which building are we in? A 16?
17.
7. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And we came in this.
Yep. The caravan gate.
So this is Caravan Gate, and it's just right there.
Yeah.
So we're there, and then was the jail over?
It was, I believe, 6. So.
Okay.
Oh, there. Okay. All right. Well, I will just sort of stand and move my back to the side of the building and surreptitiously watch him come up.
He pretty much ignores you and heads up to the door and walks in.
All right.
And you guys see this fellow enter the tavern. You scroll up, you can point him out.
I I just raise my. Hey, Jekk! I got some people who want to meet you
He
and
pauses,
live in
gives you
Istaval's
a-
house. But mostly they want to meet you. Drink.
Shakes his head a bit and walks over toward you guys and.
Hey, Jack Buttonwaddle. Scrolllock here says that you're looking for some house sitters.
You come in after.
I did not see that.
Do you walk in after him?
He did recommend we ask, though.
Rather than invade, yes. I said you should ask instead of just go live there.
I'm not looking to live there.
Why are you trying to get me in trouble?
what?
This is a bad way to start off a conversation with Jekk.
Yeah, I think we maybe got off on the wrong foot on this conversation. We're actually interested in your troubles with the Duke.
Well,
So
buy
we've
me
got
a
him all
drink
off
and I'll tell
guard.
you the story.
Have I mentioned that the Duke's an ass?
Buy me a drink, tell you the story.
Does
Alright,
You
does
guys are odd.
does Jekk react when he says the Duke is an ass?
He appears unfazed by
Okay.
it. Actually, go ahead and give me a wisdom insight check.
11 plus 13.
Definitely, I mean, maybe you see like a twitch of a smile. Clearly, this is a sentiment he shares.
Okay.
And he says, well, I guess I don't need an introduction. Thanks to Scrolllock. He'll ask you your guys' names. I guess you had already introduced a couple of you.
Jekk Button.
Jekk Iron Fist.
I tell him I hear his deeds are legend.
You guys are really.
That'd be Istival.
Oh. Trying to butter him up.
I hear your story is legend. What?
Yeah, so the Delenbirin bloke, as the Duke likes to call it, stone I saw in his collection a few 10 days ago. Istival kind of keeps in the Duke's council, and I'd come through and knew Istival was here. I'm making my way to investigate some of the dwarven holds around here and spotted it, and it looked like a dwarven object to me, so I started inquiring with the Duke about it, and bastard wouldn't let me buy it from him, no matter how much I offered, so I asked if I could get a casting made of it. There's a fellow, human, Alvin Gissel. He's doing some work up there on the Temple of Amonitor for the priest there, Luke Sunbright. And anyway, Alvin made this casting. Actually, I have it with me now. Haven't been willing to let it out of my sight. Just figured the Duke might come looking for it, or who knows. But anyway, after the casting was made,
So
not a
is-
day
is-
later.
Now, casting, is it a replica or is it just a casting? Does it look like the same
No,
material as the
replica.
original?
Yeah, replica.
So it's basically the same thing, only a fake.
Yeah.
Does the Duke, is he smart enough to realize that it's a fake?
Oh yeah, the original was made out of quartz, fine quartz. He'd know it. This is just plaster.
I
Well,
like the way your mind works, though.
Although yeah, honestly, the Duke is probably, he'd probably pick up on it. Now that he's fussing about the thing, he doesn't even know what the hell it is, and still making a big deal about it.
Do you know what it is?
It's something dwarven. It's had some dwarven runes on it. Translated roughly to friendship is more than a word, weigh it carefully. So this thing that he says, well, why don't the hell I just show you? And pulls this out, and it's about a brick-sized square block, and it has a stylized dwarven face on it. I'll actually get just a bit like that.
Kilroy was here.
Yeah, and for all you people watching, I'm not going to show that because I don't have it right now.
And says, I was going to take it out to Firehammer Hold. It's a out in the hills to the east. There's a place that has some dwarven scholars there who might know more.
How far out to the east?
Couple 10 days. It's up in along the Iron Road, in the hills that Greg can't remember. The
I like the name of
Forlorn
that.
Hills.
The hills Greg can't remember. It's haunting.
You might want to wait a while.
It's north of Jolkoun by a bit.
Still.
I got some other folks going with me. I'm sure it'll be no trouble.
There's lots of trouble happening here. So we're chasing down this stone.
Listen, I've been an adventurer longer than you guys. I can handle myself, trust me.
Well, we're pretty sure the entire village of Jolkoun just got wiped out, so...
We should go check that out, though. I'm just inserting myself like I'm one of them at this point.
Well, Jolkoun's actually kind of on the way, so you could certainly travel part of the way together.
So when he held up the plaster, it was a plaster replica. Any chance I could spot if it actually was maybe plaster over top of the original?
What's hilarious is so I've run this for several groups, and that you are not the first person to suspect that. Go ahead and make a perception check.
I'm beginning to think maybe Istival's really a criminal mastermind, and it's just a front of his.
Oh, and the name of those hills were the Forlorn Hills.
Oh, what was it? Intelligence?
Wisdom, perception.
Yeah, I got a 8. Pretty low.
Looked plaster through and through.
Looks fake to me.
Well, we might take you up on that offer, so if you don't mind letting us know before you leave.
Yeah, I was planning on heading out tomorrow morning, early.
Oh, wow, that's soon.
Let's talk to the craftsman. Let's actually find out.
Can you delay for a few days?
The Craftsman?
Or just maybe
The guy who made the
Listen.
casting of
Oh.
the original.
a half day,
Kinda-
perhaps.
To be frank, I don't really want to stick around in town longer than I have to. With Istival up north, with Kelson investigating the Knolls, I don't expect that the Duke is willing to hold off for too long on giving me any trouble.
Hey, well, we wanted to talk to you about that because we thought maybe we could stay with you and offer some protection from the Duke.
From the Duke?
That might be a bad idea.
I don't know.
I plan to have a conversation with Lady Maldwin, and hopefully that'll maybe change the dynamic of a little bit.
Go ahead and give me a charisma check for
Uh-oh.
persuasion.
10.
Oh, good job.
He says, I wouldn't feel right letting you stay in Istival's place, which is where I've been.
But you're leaving.
Yeah, no,
Someone should watch his house.
The Duke's not going to search Istival's. Well, he's not going to search Istival's house again, I should say.
Then
No,
it's even
I'm in-
more secure.
I just wouldn't feel right letting anybody in there until he gets back. He'll be back in a 10-day if you wait.
But there's thieves and rabble about. You sure you don't want someone watching the house?
Listen. How about we go to Jolkoun with
Sherlock
him?
can vouch for us.
Surely
No, I can't.
he recommended it.
I can vouch for him so far.
for 30 minutes.
He seems like a decent folk. The rest of you, I'm not sure about.
It's actually his idea.
How about we go up to Jolkoun with him, and then he goes off to do his thing. We can investigate if Jolkoun's been devastated or not, and then we can just come back. And by then, Istival will be back. You can do whatever else you need to do. It'll be some time has passed.
Can we delay him then for a day? Because I want to talk to the guy that made the casting, and he wants to talk to
Lady.
Lady Maldwin.
12-hour delay is what we're asking for.
I'll let you give me a charisma check for persuasion.
Hey, there you go.
There we go. 20.
Says, I can give you until noon tomorrow, but I'm really
get to stay
itching
in-
to get out of here.
And we get to stay with you tonight in Isfal's.
I do have charm person, and I'm really thinking about it.
I do too, and I'm not gonna. Nope.
Well, if Scrolllock will vouch for you,
He will.
then I'll trust you. He's done some work for Istival and I in the past, so if he thinks you're good folks, then I suppose.
All right. So no eating all this food, no stealing any of his stuff, and no breaking anything. He's like looking at you, and then he looks, when he says breaking anything, he looks over at you.
I say deal, and I knock something over. Just deal. Like I'm reaching out to
the worst house guest ever. Like the breaking stuff and eating things. That's
I don't necessarily break it. I just knock it over.
And in return, I get to come along with you until I get bored.
Fair enough.
Okay.
I knock the gnome over.
No, you He's like, stop it.
You can have inspiration since you've now managed to use your potential flaw is factoring into this decision. So take note of that.
I'll vouch for him. I'll vouch for him. It's a bad idea.
We'll be in our best behavior.
Well, I'm gonna be there, so don't get any ideas. I need more drinks. Glennis,
I put
bring me
chicken
2 ales.
in my pocket.
That'll keep for a good 4 or 5 hours. The big grease stain coming out of his pants right there.
I'm worried about the gravy in his pocket.
Don't make me take off my hat.
Maybe you're just stacking fruit on your head. You got this Carmen Miranda thing going.
Great. Staying in the Paladin's house.
Yeah. That has got to be worth some experience.
So, did you guys? I mean, you can chat with Jekk a little bit more,
Yeah.
and he'll regale you with some of the recent events.
Is it possible to find that who's the gem carver? Like maybe he's here. I mean, it's
Alvin Gissel.
Alvin. I mean, it's we're
Gissel.
it's sort of dinner time, right? So it's possible that we could actually find him tonight.
What's the name of the sage guy? The wizard guy again?
Yellow something?
Yellowblade?
Delphin Yellowknife.
Yellowknife? Hey, Riddick, do you want to come with me when I go see Yellowknife? I mean, the rest of these guys might blow themselves up, so...
Well, I really want to talk to Lady Baldwin. So.
Tonight? Okay.
Not tonight.
I'm just saying tonight before we call it quits.
Also remind the party that you guys had agreed to meet with Sherlyn Miller in the morning to figure out she was going to talk to the Duke, because you guys were going to talk to the Duke, and also to establish some kind of recompense for your actions.
Yeah.
No,
we will trade
no.
you one tiefling
The
warlock for
tieflings.
all of our wrongs.
The tieflings recompense. We have
It was justifiable, I say again.
we were just there.
Adventures of a feather fall together.
I wasn't there.
I'm from a completely different
Well,
bird.
you're with
I
us
don't know.
I'm gonna disguise you all look like other people. Gonna spend
Yeah,
all night.
I'm not really intending to keep that promise. So.
I don't know about said promise.
Yeah. Well, part of I believe what had been established in the previous session was you were going to help find the stone. She was going to talk to the Duke to try to smooth things over while you found the stone.
Yes.
Oh, that's why we were doing it. Okay.
Yeah.
It's all
Yeah.
coming back to me now.
Yeah. I have absolutely
You're
no
so
interest
loaded
in
up on
doing that.
tryptophan from all of the
Turkey
that nothing's making any sense.
All right.
Okay. You had so if you want to go looking for Alvin Gisson is actually the name. Alvin Gisson. You can ask around and try to figure out where he would be. Otherwise, as Jekk mentioned, he typically is doing work in the day with the Temple of Monitor.
When we head over to the Paladins for the evening, which we're not doing yet, I guess, so we might look for what's his name is still. I would like to stop by the Temple of Shantea and pick up a dove.
Okay.
They're very tasty, especially when young. You can just eat them live.
The halfling is becoming just more and more evil as the session goes along.
Eating live food isn't
Yeah,
evil.
barbarians gotta live, you know. Like, there's a bird, gotta eat it.
It's the natural
We
cycle
live in
of
a
things.
society where everyone butchers
And
their own
just-
food.
I was
think
gonna say,
that
just to remind everybody, you are playing a barbarian class.
Yeah.
All right. So, did you actually want to try and track down Alvin? Otherwise,
I mean, we can just stop at all the eateries and poke our heads in and see what if we see someone matches
Yes,
them.
yes, we should.
I mean,
We should stop at all the eateries.
I could probably ask around. I'm pretty good at that.
We'll stop
food
at all the
crawl.
eateries. He'll stop at them slower and come to bed at like midnight.
He'll catch up to us.
So we're gonna go see Elvin.
Okay. You can take them to the various eateries.
Is Jekk staying here?
Jekk is he's gonna keep drinking and tells you to stop on
Bar hop, dude.
by
Come on.
when
Let's get to know each other.
Oh, look! I've suddenly remembered where Istival lives.
back on by when you're done. And so
I'll just say, oh, we'll just go to Istival's place by ourselves then.
We'll let ourselves in.
he says, very staring fixed at you, "Don't do that."
Then come on with
Just
us.
come along. We'll get you more drinks on the way.
Get it to go cup.
Wait, are we pub crawling?
We are. Pub crawl.
All right,
I'm
fair
not
enough.
drinking, but
Fair enough.
You guys don't seem that bad, except maybe the halfling.
Wait till you meet our warlock.
And you can stop by a few of the local eateries, such as the Otter's Run, Dagger Thrust Ales, the Happy Cow Tavern, and it is at the Silver Flood Inn that you learn that Alvin Gisson is staying there.
So I have to knock something over at each tavern we go to. But it could be something small too, like it could just be a chair. It doesn't have to be a drink.
Can I start like if she's gonna break something? Can I start catching the stuff that she's starting to like? Ooh,
All right, so actually roll 3d20 for me. Let me know if you get a 1 on any of them.
All right, 3d20.
Yeah.
16, 5, and 13.
Okay. I was just checking whether you actually knock over something valuable at any of these places and get kicked out.
It's not always to break, you know, it could just be like knocking a salt shaker over or maybe bumping a chair over.
And my pockets are pretty much filled with food, and I'm sort of satiated, but
you're gonna
if
attract
there's-
rats.
But if there's,
And then
That's more food.
We'll eat them.
if there are morsels left on tables, I will just sort of sneak them. But I'm not going to order food at every place.
We are the best pub crawling adventurers ever.
This whole 2-hour session is going to be us pub crawling and pissing people off and breaking things. It's like a normal weekend.
Well, yeah, I think you've just described pretty much 90% of D&D sessions.
Pub crawl, break stuff, piss
All
people
right.
off.
The Sun is a fairly fine tavern compared to some of the other ones you've been, and you learn from the proprietors, a fellow named Connor and a fellow named Ganfer, that Alvin Gisson is indeed staying here, although they haven't seen him tonight, so they don't know if he's up in his room or if he's just working late at the Temple of the Monitor.
I smell something fishy.
That's in your left pocket.
Yeah.
Boom.
And your right pocket. In fact, your whole pants are they're going to be rank in about 2 minutes.
And let's see if they can tell you anything.
So is there like a sixth sense stat I could do with like perception to see if I'm getting any buzz that Elvin might be dead in a ditch or...
If that's what you are having, then you can, like if your character is concluding that, that's fine. You don't need to roll for that. Now if you actually want to like try to glean from the barkeeps that if there's something amiss, that would be...
Yeah, let me see if... Well, I don't know if the barkeep would know.
So he stays at the temple normally?
No, normally he stays at the Silver Flood Inn where you guys are.
Okay.
But he hasn't been seen in a while. Since...
But they saw him last night and this morning when he left for work. They just
Oh,
haven't
and
seen
the
him.
thing was stolen days ago.
And what
Alright,
does it
so
work?
The thing disappeared days ago. Sorry, what were you?
What does he do for a job? Sorry, I missed that part of it.
He's a stone worker, so he's been doing work at the temple to improve its.
Does he normally hang around with anybody?
That's a good question.
He's also a counterfeiter, apparently.
No, he's just because someone makes you a copy of something so you can check it out and study it doesn't mean he makes a counterfeiter. Because otherwise it would look like a quartz thing, or he's really bad at it. I guess.
It might be. Well, what better way to cover it than to fake it?
Maybe he did it.
But it was stolen in his possession, right?
I don't think so. He was one of the last people to see it.
When you who asked about who he's in company with?
Oh yeah, so who keeps company with?
Connor, one of the proprietors, says, come to think of it, yeah, usually he spends time with a girl named Natissa. She's a courtesan, for lack of a better term.
New suspect.
But haven't seen her in here tonight either.
You mean she's a floozy for hire?
She usually stays at the
Yes.
Lizard's Gizzard.
Oh.
Is that a real name?
Yeah, it's not the best of places. Not the worst of places.
Occasionally I'll see them in here together, but I don't think she's not the type to keep one gentleman's company.
We should first go by Alvin's place of work to see if he is there.
So he normally lives here, like in the
Yeah.
Can we? I mean,
He's from Waterdeep, so he's been here for, it's been about 5 or 6, 10 days.
keeps the room to himself.
Yeah.
Would you mind if we checked it out?
We're gonna just knock on his door.
Yeah, we're kind of worried about him.
Sure. Yeah, I'll go up with you.
Okay.
You don't have to. We'll be fine.
And he does that. Connor will escort you up, leaving the other fellow Ganver at the bar. Basically, you guys can go up. He'll give a knock.
Mhm.
No answer.
Oh, foul play. You should let us in.
But
Just to look.
No,
Stand here. He could be dead.
no, I do want to look.
Yeah.
I was assuming that was the next step.
Yeah. We suspect he's been murdered.
We really want you to come up here and open the door anyway, so
Of course, if you don't let us in, I think we've got another suspect on our list. I'll take out like a piece of dynamite sometime.
Give me a charisma check, persuasion. It's an easy check.
Crap! 5. I'm rolling like poo.
I rolled like crap too, but
I'm not gonna talk.
that's an 11.
can I give him an intimidate check?
It's like listen. We just want to peek in, make sure he's okay, make sure he's not in there hurt,
Okay.
and maybe make sure he hasn't stolen something.
That's enough to convince him. It's like, okay, just everybody back away for a second, and he'll unlock the door and
I take out 2 axes.
Kick the door in.
he pushes it open. It's a small room. There is a little workbench. It looks like some sort of makeshift area, probably where he created the
He does his
plaster
counterfeiting.
mold. And the room is empty.
Okay.
No.
Satisfied?
I mean, I step past him into the room. At this point is my little 3-foot tall self, and I'm obviously not.
Wait a second.
I was like, look, I just gotta check behind the bed and stuff. I'm not put my hands up in the air, and I just kind of like wander around, look around, make sure there's like.
Listen, I'm not okay with this. So you might just be out at a bar. So this is not. Get out of there.
I look around real quickly just to make sure that there's no sign of him.
Give me
actually
a
being
wisdom
there.
perception check.
Oh,
I spin an axe in my hand. The cat's out of the bag now. We're all.
that's a 10. 10.
The room looks like there's nothing really out of place.
Okay.
It does look as though maybe no, with it doesn't look like there was a bunch of stuff thrown around or it was searched or anything. It just looks like
Or that
somebody's
he's
been staying here.
packed hastily to
Yeah.
leave town.
Okay.
Okay, it does not look like he's packed hastily with town. Okay. Should we also make checks or just?
What's that?
I assume
I stepped in and I was
basically
like-
he went in, and then after that, like Connor imposes himself in the doorway to stop.
Okay. No, I just meant like looking in from where we were standing from the door.
Sure. Actually, if anybody else kind of wants
Yeah.
to peer in,
Yeah. And this is wisdom.
Good job, buddy.
yep.
21.
Perception?
Actually, perception. Yeah, 21.
9.
There is. You do notice 2 things that you might expect to be in the room that are notably absent. and that would be a cloak. There's a place to hook it, and there's nothing there, and a backpack or a pack, satchel.
So it is possible that that it appears that he's out. Like he took stuff that would.
Well, he's supposed to be working at a local temple. He's supposed to be there now.
Oh! I thought he was. I thought he was here. Oh, okay.
He does.
He stays here.
Clarify. He stays here. He's done some work here, but the majority of his work that you get the sense that he's been hired for is at this.
Oh,
temple.
I thought he was doing the work
The temple's in town, right?
here.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, we should go to the. We should go to the temple.
Yeah. That's fine here. Thanks for letting us look around. I'm just gonna step out.
Adventurers.
I give him a silver piece on the way out too.
Take it. Wow. And you guys can make your way from there to the temple,
So we went here. Then where did we go?
the Silver Flood Inn.
We went a whole bunch of
We
places.
went to. But I mean, I'm just curious our route. Like we got the little
See.
family circus dotted line.
I'm also not doing that on
Billy's
the
path
channel.
down.
No family circus dotted line for what our path is.
So you went to the Silver Flood Inn, which is number 22. Kind of up here.
Oh, right next to the prison. We go very quietly there.
So on the family circus thing, we should also start calling Mike's character not me.
And then up a small rise toward the Ducal Palace, you can be directed to the Temple of the Monitor, which is number 18.
Oh,
Where is it? Point at
Right toward the middle.
Okay.
all right.
Let's make this quick.
Again,
It
quietly.
is at this point about 10 o'clock at
Yeah,
night.
I don't know why we're bothering people in their beds. And it's getting pretty late, so I'm actually going to walk around the corner over to the Temple of Shantan and see if I can knock on the door and ask the lady for some birds in a cage.
I'll do that.
The priestess does not answer, but it looks like an acolyte or assistant does, and opens a small little shuttered window in the door and asks, "What do you need?" It's kind of late.
I'm sorry, I spoke with Hadasha earlier tonight, and she suggested that we could find lodging here at the temple.
Oh yes, of course. Sorry, come in.
I'll come in and then I'll say, but that's not actually why I'm here. I'm hoping that I could have some of the birds that flew here from Jolkoun. We're going to investigate the town tomorrow.
I should have thought of that.
And I
thought
thought perhaps if she would attach some messages to the birds, I could send word if the town is in trouble.
Can I just say that I'm with you? Because that'd be awesome for me to move something along here. Could I have gone with you? Is my question.
I think we all sort of,
Yeah.
we all kind of took a detour with you, right?
Good.
It is very close. It's number 4 there, and that's 18.
Yeah, you pointed out that it was really late. It's like, oh yeah.
Oh,
it's
did you
really late.
not
did
want to
you-
stop at 18? Did you want to just keep going?
I was just going to go over to
Okay,
there
because I would
it's
have.
late.
Okay, I would have stopped there, so I probably
so
am not.
you go
with you.
there.
I'm good at 18. I just want to find out
you two are going there.
the
Yeah.
guys there.
So yeah,
I'm gonna go with him.
You had no reason to leave the gnome behind. I'll just assume
Yeah,
that's fine.
with you.
And I don't consider us disturbing people because I'm still assuming that the guy's okay and he's just here working late. And if he's here working late,
yes,
we'll be able to talk to him. And if he's not working late, then something's afoot.
Okay.
evil.
And I know the working girl's still going to be awake. Because that's my next stop if he's not.
Well, she might be otherwise occupied.
Doesn't mean she's not awake.
If we're there, she's talking to us. I don't care what she's doing.
Most
So-
awkward,
Darn sucks.
First
Yeah.
at
awkward interrogation.
the Harvest House, the Temple of Chantea, the acolyte will say, "Oh yes, certainly. Any of the there's about a half dozen of them. So any of them that you need, they're out in the garden, and you can see that kind of behind. There's a garden in the
If you
center.
could provide us with a small cage and perhaps just 3. I don't know how to. If you could put a message on as well, I don't know how to.
You roll them up and stick 'em
I
in
can
your
do.
sleeve.
I can do that.
Okay. Good with animals.
I'm fairly decent with animals. You like touch it, they explode.
She says, yes, I think we have a cage somewhere, and goes bustling about to find it. and bring it back and asks, please just return the cage when you're done.
If I can, I will.
And the doves are easy enough to capture. And so you have 3 doves.
While we grab one, I take one and I coo at it, and I'm like, it looks like I'm talking to it because I'm talking to it. Gnomes can talk to small animals. So I'm basically trying to get very basic ideas. It came from Jolkoun? This bird did?
Yeah.
Just like, what happened in that other town place you were in, basically?
They
Respond only in pigeon to him.
Well, no, I'm not saying that. I'm basically
tiny brain.
yeah, and like cool stuff. It's just basically strange thing happened. Big building place you were in is basically all it was.
Yeah, it translates roughly to coo. Head tilt. No, you can get some very basic ideas, which is
Fire.
It says escape, fire, die, or dead.
Mm-hmm.
But that is basically it.
Yeah, so it was attacked. The town was definitely attacked. Fire and death, and the birds had to escape.
Okay, good to know. We'll keep. We might have
I
a lot
put the
to
bird
say
in the
when we
cage
get
for
there.
him. What'd you say?
We might have a lot to say when we get there, so we'll take 3. And put
Little notes. We've encountered problems. You should really ...
Wait, it's like the Twitter of carrier pigeons?
Except that if you get them in the wrong order, it completely doesn't make sense.
Or sends a horribly wrong message.
Okay, so you guys do that. You guys go to the Temple of Monitor. Number 18. Okay.
You guys are gonna find out the hard-hitting truth of what happened, and we're gonna be like, we got pigeons.
You can see from the outside of the temple that there's a new facade being constructed. The stones, it looks like, had been damaged or hadn't been repaired in a long time, and so you can see some scaffolding around. There's a set of double doors that leads into the temple. They're shut.
Let's try to open them.
Yeah.
They're locked.
Knock.
Bound.
No answer.
There should be someone in it.
They're all flaying themselves.
Is there a window or other?
There are some windows.
Look in the window.
Are any of them accessible by the scaffolding?
They are a little higher up, probably to allow the sunlight in. So it would take some climbing to actually get up to the windows.
My short little limbs are all about the climbing. I have athletics.
I have athletics as well.
And the scaffolding looks like it could be. It's going to make it pretty easy to scramble up. Obviously, the stoneworker has to be able to get up there without climbing the side of it every day. Now, if you want to still do that,
I'm a
like
ninja.
Spider, a very short spider.
Parkour!
Yeah, I want to go look and see if I can see inside.
I'll stay down if he goes up. I'll wait at the ground.
And then the town guard was by right now.
that is actually what I was going to ask about. Are you trying to do this stealthily? No, you just.
We have concerns.
Okay.
We have entitlements.
Yeah, I was going to say.
Officer, I broke into their house because I was worried about them.
The sense of adventure
Just cause.
entitlement is strong.
We're not even kicking down like monster doors now. We're just kicking down normal people's doors at this point. It's like, ha! Where's your loot? Like, oh, okay.
We're doing the Duke's business.
He just doesn't know. He just doesn't know it yet. Which I think is awesome. We're looking for your bloke. All right.
The woman that we first came here,
Sure.
Captain of the Guard, yeah, Sherwin Williams, told us that we need to find this thing.
All right.
Sure.
All right.
Yeah. Sort of. Yeah.
So regardless of our
I
commentary,
consider that being deputized.
you're climbing up,
Yeah,
not
climbing
caring
up.
about being stealthy,
Yeah.
All right.
torch in hand. No.
It is. I'm not going to make you make a check because it's not difficult to pull yourself up the various levels of scaffolding and get higher up. which lets you access a window.
All right.
And you wanted to look in?
Yeah.
Make a wisdom perception check.
Oh yeah, 22. No, 21.
It looks completely empty inside. I mean, there are some art pieces, not art, but.
Now, is that unusual? Should there be some sort of attendant at a temple at all times?
Make a intelligence religion check.
Only scroll luck. We're here for you.
17.
You're fine.
Given that this is a temple of a monitor and that this is in a town, you would guess that probably the priest would have his own residence, and that because it's the god of the sun, that wouldn't necessarily be in attendance all the time.
All right, but
at night, I should say.
But it's obvious that Crafts guy isn't here.
It's pretty clear that that is the case. Yeah.
All right, I don't think we need to do breaking and entering.
You shout down.
Listen. I don't think we need to break the law any more than we already have. All right.
Why haven't we broke the law anyways?
No, I think you just said we don't have to, break in.
Yeah.
Let's go find.
If there was a body on the floor, we would have broken it.
Yeah. Or we saw light, somebody moving around.
Yeah.
All right, let's go.
Hook up with these guys.
Let's go find these guys, and then let's go question his girlfriend for hire.
Yes.
All right. You can meet back up with this group.
We explained what happened, that there's no one there, and the workman wasn't working.
I talked to some pigeons and confirmed that the town was at least attacked by something.
Those are the two words I was thinking.
Cuckoo. Yeah. He does roll his eyes and say cuckoo. Yes.
Oh, actually, I'd speak with animals if we need to. But
And did you want to make your way then to the lizard's gizzard?
yes.
To go talk to a strumpet.
Well, we're looking for Alvin first, and if we don't find Alvin, then we'll talk to his
lady friend.
his insignificant other.
His insignificant other.
You can find the lizard's gizzard. It is it has outside sort of a sign that has looks like a young boy gutting a lizard folk with a dagger. And it's kind of a bit of a dive bar.
Told you.
This is the way to end our pub crawl.
Yeah.
And inside, it still looks very popular though.
So which group is Jenks with? Is he with us?
Jekk.
Jekk. That's a good one. You lost Jekk actually.
Yeah, Jekk is not with us anymore.
He was not going to the temples.
Yeah.
He's still back at the.
He's like,
He told Tom, I'm
He's
going
been-
with them. And he's
still
like,
back at the River
I
Shining.
want to see what they're up to.
Oh,
Took off running down the street.
He's still back at the River Shining Tavern, or rather the Silver Flood Inn. And inside you can see a whole host of people. It looks like the tavern is run by a half-orc woman who seems to, or I should say half-orc female, who seems to be
She ain't no lady.
seems to be with a small wait staff attending to a very, very busy group of patrons. What would you guys like to do?
How many people are in here?
Stand by the
Couple
wall
dozen.
and watch this happen.
What's their cheapest drink here? Because this is a dive.
Probably a couple copper.
I buy everybody a drink. I walk in and it's like, drinks on me.
We love you,
One drink on me.
Everyone.
I will spill a drink
Everyone
on
shares
him.
one cup.
All right. Everybody will give a cheer. So
I use a
cheers
minor
are a bit
illusion to make her look
drunken.
naked.
Make me a character.
She just spilled a drink on me and I'm tired of this crap she's been
You
giving me.
You spilled a drink.
They said drinks on me. I went bloop.
So I use
Spilled a
minor
drink on
illusion
it.
to make her look naked.
I'm unfazed.
Right. What I said about standing next to the wall and watching it happen.
And I'm unfazed because I'm a
Is that
Crazy
with
druid.
minor illusion?
Yeah, I don't know if I
I
can or
wouldn't
not.
tell
Let me
you what
check.
I'm doing, but I think everyone knows.
You're going getting food off people's plates.
I can't.
No.
That's too complicated.
I'm naked spilling.
I do, however, make a minor illusion to make it sound like she just said, and another round on me. And then I don't actually just spill anything on her. So
Yeah.
it sounds like she offered everybody else another round.
I probably spill a drink on myself.
So I go up to the half orc.
She introduces herself as Sasha and says, "What can I do for you?"
We're looking for a whore. What's her name? I'm terrible with names. She hangs out with Elvin. That one.
Hold on a second. She tells you to get the hell out of my tavern.
Whoa.
But we
All right.
are.
All right. So I walk up and I put the money for all the drinks I just ordered on the bar top. What was the name of the one we were looking for again? It was.
Natissa.
It's like, I'm sorry. My friends had a lot to drink tonight. We're just looking for Natissa so we can talk to her. Like, yeah, a port. Like Natissa just so we can talk to her.
Go ahead and give me a charisma persuasion check.
My friends had a lot to
She
eat tonight.
looks ready to bite the head off the halfling.
15.
She gives kind of a bit of a sigh and says, "I won't stand for that type of behavior here. This is I look after the servers, and I don't like to hear that type of slander."
Don't say it. Whatever you're gonna say, just put some food in your mouth.
I turn.
Is she around?
Natissa, I do know of a woman that's staying here, yes, named Natissa.
I don't want to assume that you'll give us her room, but could you see if she's there and if
Well-
she'd be willing to talk to us?
We should ask if Alvin's here.
Oh, and have you seen Alvin about?
Elvin.
He's the stonemason. He works a lot on the. Kind of describe him a little bit.
No, I don't know anybody of that name, but yeah, Natissa's here. What are you looking for her for?
Alvin.
Yeah, it's possible that Alvin's gone missing. He might be in danger. We're just checking in on him.
Well, seems reasonable enough. Anyway, Natissa's right over there.
Mostly true. Oh, okay. I look to where she's pointing.
And you can see sitting over by the fire is a pretty attractive young woman. Has sort of darkish hair, brown hair, and she seems to be kind of whispering to another guy next to her.
Hey, Rennick, you should go hit on her. I mean, I'm a gnome. I mean, I'm suave and all, but like half her size.
Ask, where's Elvin?
Yeah, but she might be impressed with
You just
the
go right
the
up.
scroll
Yeah.
case.
She gives you. She looks up what's kind of level with you. You notice immediately that a distinguishing feature of her, she has two different colored eyes, and
Well, she's fey touched. I'm out.
it says
She's a demon killer.
You don't say that, do you?
No.
and says Alvin Gisson, is he missing?
What do you know about it? No, we're looking for him. We're not sure if he's missing or not. But we checked his room and he wasn't there.
We're having
and
trouble
we checked the
finding
temple
him.
and he wasn't working.
It seems like he's missing. Yes. As I kind of wander over to what's going on here, since my plan to have Rennick hit on her is totally ruined.
Still standing by the wall.
Yeah. Rennicky's like, leave me alone. I'm fine. Whatever.
I'm just gonna watch his work.
Let's go south. I want to be by the door.
Yeah, he's like, I'm not with them.
And I turn and scream across the room, "Hey, Rennick, take some notes."
She says, I haven't seen him since last night. Is he in any trouble?
I want to do a insight
Insight,
to
yeah.
see if she's lying about having seen him just last night.
Okay.
I don't like that die.
Or if she actually cares about him.
I roll poorly. 11.
She seems. She doesn't seem particularly concerned, but you might expect that given
Okay.
her profession. And she seems to be honest and forthcoming.
Where's the last place you saw him?
It was none of your business, actually.
So, in the bedroom. Now,
Now, unless you're going to buy me a drink, then I suggest you leave me to my business.
Well,
So-
look at the information we need. We know what you are. We're just negotiating price now.
no. I've already I've already bought you a drink, and I hand her a drink. Because
A real drink.
oh, damn it.
And she, I mean, you can
Yeah,
tell
no,
like
yeah.
she looks like
What is
she
she-
is pretty well
Yeah.
fed.
I did buy the
and,
cheapest drink I could find for everybody.
She has some jewelry, so she's. It's not really fine jewelry.
Yeah, I'm buying a lot of booze tonight.
So what's the guy that she with doing?
He's kind of looking at you angrily.
Waiting for us to leave.
As
Shut
if
up,
he's
Uncle. We'll be
about.
done here soon enough. Pet one of the axe heads.
All right then, miss, what will you have? I kind of look at what she's drinking.
Bottle of wine would be nice.
All right, I walk back up to the bar with you guys. Things. You guys, I'm assuming you have some wine that she likes to drink.
Sasha looks at you and says, "All right," and goes and pulls out a. Says, "That'll be 15 gold."
Wow, that's not the cheap stuff anymore.
Oh, you should know that Natissa usually goes for the most expensive.
I am shocked and amazed. I fork over 15 gold.
Wow, you have 15 gold?
I have 15 gold.
I'm rolling you in the alley.
Well,
Not anymore.
he also had been adventuring before you guys.
I leveled him down to the correct level,
Yes.
and I took away most of his stuff. But he has done some stuff here. He actually takes out what might be a very tiny like gemstone. It's like that should cover it. And it's
All
probably
right.
about 15. Then I grab a couple glasses because I'm gonna have some of this. I'm gonna buy it. Then I walk back over to her table.
We're on a timetable, people. Just find out the info and let's get
No, you can keep talking to her while I'm doing this. I'm just saying.
She looks surprised and says,
So for that price, I want everything you know about this guy.
"Oh,
As I pour her a drink.
there's not a lot to say about Alvin. He's been in Daggerford for a few 10 days. Was hired out of Waterdeep, I believe, to do some work for Luke Sunbright, the priest of a Monitor. Met him a couple 10 days ago, and we've become associates.
So I'm gonna ask what she knows about the stone and do an insight check.
Yeah.
Okay.
Ditto. I mean, I want to do an insight first to your response. I'll wait to see your
I'll
response.
let you guys do the inside check because I'm having a glass of this very expensive wine.
With a 7, I doubt I find out anything.
Oh, so do you actually ask her a question or?
Yeah, I go, what do you know about this stone?
Right, I'm gonna see what her response is and then do like a check to see if I can.
Okay. Yeah, you can go ahead and make the check.
Okay.
She says,
Actually, I ask her where it is.
you say, what do you say exactly?
What was the stone called? Because I'm
The Dylan Baron Bloke.
what he said.
Yeah. I've read it several times at this point. So.
She says, which stone would that be? I mean, I know Alan does a fair bit of work. Is this something concerning
have
the
a-
work he's been doing?
I rolled a 16. See if she's lying.
She seems genuinely puzzled. Certainly she is kind of keeping things close to the chest, as it were, but that could also just be the nature of her relationship with
Oh.
Alvin.
It's a quartz
Yeah.
stone carved around the size of a brick.
Oh, I do recall he was describing something he was working on of that sort a few days ago.
Did anyone else seem interested in the stone and his work? Like hounds sniffing about.
Come to think about it, there was a guard. What was his name? There was a guard that had come by and was talking to him the other day. One of the city guards,
I mentioned the name of the city guard that's now dead.
Gringle.
Yeah, Gringle. Was that?
That might have been the.
Kind of describe him.
They searched his place too, so it could have been concerning that. But I do remember that that guard in particular came by several times.
He's dead?
The one that you killed when you entered the town? Yeah, he's dead.
Self-defense.
Sorry, to be fair, the one that your tiefling friend killed when you entered the town.
What happened to Gringle's body?
They hauled it off, presumably to
It was crispy.
a mortuary. Yeah.
Is his first name Chris?
I wonder if he had it on his body.
We probably would have noticed him as the size of a brick.
Break. Yeah, it's.
Not like in his pants pocket.
Well, I'm pretty sure that
This wine
if
is
he's
very
already
fine.
been, it is very nice, especially for out here in Daggerford.
The other human fellow who looks like just a merchant of some sort at this point is now glowering at you and speaks up and says, "I think it's time that you all moved along.
Yeah.
Give the ladies some privacy."
Yep, I moved for him to come with us.
Are we done?
We're done.
Okay.
Oh, I assume the merchant has a drink in front of him.
Oh God, I've left at this point.
I want to turn as I
thank
go.
her. I leave the rest of the
I have
bottle
to-
and.
Yeah, he seems to be drinking a
If possible, I have to knock it over.
all right, go ahead and give me a dexterity check.
16.
Yeah, you knock it over,
Oh.
and he stands up and says, "What the hell?"
I'm sorry. I'm.
He's gonna take a swing at you.
Oh,
Yeah. Yes.
what's a pub crawl and
and
a bar
miss.
fight?
Oh, I'm gonna deck him. Actually,
I'm walking towards the door.
I'm not. If someone's attacking one of my friends.
Oh no, let's get out the axes.
actually, would I? No, if he missed me, I'll step back and sort of lean out of the way, and I'll go. You may want to rethink that.
Well, then fine. If there's no actually fighting, I'm gonna use my Fey presence. So everybody within 10 feet of me make a DC 12 save against my stuff. Well, I don't care if you guys do or not. Like it's against.
Oh, I rolled a 20.
It's a Wisdom saving throw. You guys probably make it.
Okay.
I got a
That-
13.
That would include both the merchant and Natissa.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I'm just trying to charm them. It's a gnome thing.
Okay.
Actually, this one isn't a gnome thing. It's either a gnome thing or the warlock thing. One of the two. I'm like, wait. We're fine. We're cool. We're leaving. You can enjoy her company. We're gonna go for the night. Everything's okay.
I'll say.
Have the rest of that white on me.
Yeah. All right. Oh, my apologies. Very clumsy. Sorry.
The merchant kind of glowers a bit more and then sits back down. And
that is my warlock ability.
Natissa
Sorry.
says, "Do let me know if you have any more questions. I don't want anything bad to come to Alvin. He was one of my favorites."
Good to know.
And unless you guys have anything else you want to do, you can go back and pick up Jekk.
Let's go get Jekk and crash this to walls.
Yeah.
Sounds like fun.
All right. You could go to the Silver Flood, pick him up. He'll tell you that there was no sign of Alvin there, and then head to Istabol's, which
So I think that's starting to look suspicious.
Istobal is at number 10 over by the.
There's a whole town here, right?
Oh, he's
like
over
it
here.
could be any one of these other buildings.
But it's evening.
Yeah.
And he's
He's
missing.
not at the place he's staying
Maybe
at.
he
He's
had-
not with
maybe
the
he
girl
got-
he's been seeing, and he's
maybe
not
So-
at his
so-
work.
He met somebody nice.
If he's hurt, he'll show up.
he might be gambling.
If he's not hurt, he may have left town. Let's.
Yeah. Who knows?
There's other things we can look into.
His cloak and backpack were missing.
Yeah.
He may have left.
Left.
this place.
Okay.
There's not too much leaving town because all the refugees are here, and there's monsters roaming the countryside. So I can't imagine him going that far.
I think you have a point, but let's stay in Isabel's house.
Yep.
Like, how many people can say they've done this?
Unfortunately, you find that the house is not. I mean, it's not meant to accommodate 4 people. So
One
there's a
human-sized
couple
bed.
beds. and
Check.
It's pretty.
Maybe even a human-sized guest bed. Checks in there.
He's a paladin. It's fairly Spartan. There's some places for equipment, most of which is gone. It is a
I
simple.
use his toothbrush.
The dwarf must have someplace he sleeps.
The dwarf has been staying in his bed.
The sleeping doesn't bother me. Just have shelter. I'll find
I'm
a.
used to sleeping
Okay.
Yeah, you guys
Yeah,
have to lay down some
in
bedrolls.
the gutters.
I sleep on a couch because I'm 3 foot tall.
Sleep in the woods.
He's gotta have some kind of couch someplace.
Read his books, put them back in the wrong order.
Oh god. That bugs scroll lock on a fundamental level. Like, that's fine. That's fine. He's fine with breaking rules. For some reason, putting books back in the wrong order is.
In the middle of the night, Scrolllock's like excessively moving things back in the right order.
All I know is when we meet Istival, I want him to tell us our deeds are legend.
Well, we got a long way to go. What do we do? We pub crawled.
I think we're creating quite a reputation.
We talked to a lady of the night. We killed a guard.
Yeah,
We didn't kill the guard. The
Your
tiefling.
deeds are infamous.
There we go.
It's almost legend.
There's no such thing as bad press.
All right. So we sleep.
Yep. And in the morning, Jekk is up early, packing for his expedition. He says he's going to be meeting he needs to meet his companions there to let them know that they're going to be leaving a little later. So he'll meet you all at the Lady Luck at around noon. Actually, he'll say the Farmer's Gate.
Okay.
Is that 21?
That's the other one, the 11 over there.
All right, so we have
Wait,
morning Sherwin to meet, and we have the lady.
How's Jekk traveling? To
He secured a boat.
By horse.
A horse. So we're going by road, not by river.
Yeah, I'm not, and he'll tell you, I'm heading for the Forlorn Hills, and I'll be taking the Iron Road.
Right, where's Forlorn?
Can't get there by river.
So we would just have to split off like somewhere here from him and go down. So we would be taking the long way around.
Well, he's either going to go all the way up and take the long road. Is he going to go long road to the Iron Road, or is he going to go east
No,
and
I'm
then
going
double
along the
back?
Gelon route.
Okay, yeah. So he's going to come with us. Well, if we take the road, we're going to go on the Dillenbaran route. He's going to go to Succumber and then up to the Iron Road from there.
And then we'll just part ways.
Yep. We'll go to. That's good because if we can avoid the Laughing Hollow, I would appreciate that. Thank you very much.
Fine with me.
Maybe on our way back we can go to Laughing Hollow.
If you want to speak to,
I'm not enough
You
faith for you. Is that what you're saying? I'm not enough faith for you. Is that what you're saying?
I'm intrigued.
you were asking the other last night about folks who might know more in town. If you want to meet Valerian, just let me know and I'll show you where he's living.
Why do we want to meet Valerian?
I'm not sure.
You guys have been asking like other people in town who might have information. I can't remember specifically the.
Whose houses we could crash at?
About the bloke or the.
Yeah.
We should at least. We've got time. We have a couple hours. Did we have horses from the caravan?
They were part of the caravan, so.
Do you think the captain of the guard too would know whether anyone's left town or not? Because all the gates are locked, and there's so much people going in and out. Well, not
The
going in
gates,
and out.
the gates are not closed at night. They're watched, but not.
Yeah, but if we're supposed to meet the captain of the guard in the morning anyways, we can ask her if Elvin's left the town.
You certainly can ask.
Now, when she said that they wanted to throw, the Duke wanted to throw Jekk in jail for the theft, right? Not Alvin.
Not so much throw him in jail, but certainly suspected.
That's who she. Okay, so we only learned about Alvin from Jekk. We had not heard his name mentioned from her.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yep. We will need horses if we are to travel with Jekk.
Yeah. Well, maybe we work that out with Lady Muldwin. or Sherlin Miller.
All right, why don't we go to? Do you not want to go to see Sherwin Miller?
If it sounds like there's like morning drills or something like that on the drill field, I want to look over there and see if Lady Malvin's there. But otherwise, we'll go see Sherlin Miller.
Okay. You can do so. There's already people up early practicing on the drill field, where you can again see the gray-haired woman overseeing things. So did you want to go there first, or to...
Yeah, go over and talk to the gray-haired lady, see if that's Lady Malvin or not. Somebody would know, but I don't. So.
Somebody had told
No.
you that she would likely be the person.
I would
overseeing
confirm
things.
that's Lady Malvin.
Okay.
Yeah. We'll follow you.
Okay. She is, despite her gray hair, she is still fairly young. It looks like it's prematurely gray, so she's in her late 30s, early 40s. A fairly stern-looking woman. As your group comes up, she'll turn her attention to you and say, "You're the ones that killed the guard yesterday."
Well, not all of us. I'll give a short bow. My name is Rennick. I thought you should know some things we've learned since coming to town that cause me great concern. I'm a veteran of a number of military campaigns, and I believe that Jolkoun upriver has fallen to some force. There's been no boat traffic down from Succomber ways for at least a couple 10 days, and recently all of the carrier pigeons from the town came to roost with no messages at the Chanteus temple.
Why am I just learning about this now?
I don't know.
We've put together probably a little bit more than most people have. And it sounds like these guys just were on the road too, so they have more information.
We encountered both signs of gnolls and of goblins on the road, but I think it might be. I've heard that there are about 100 people at Jolkoun. That's a large settlement to fall, which could mean a very large force is massing somewhere to the east, and it's not that far away, and the town isn't ready.
No. It's concerning, and I appreciate you bringing this to my attention. Is there something you wanted?
Well, we were actually going to travel with Jekk as he's going in that direction, and it was my plan to take these birds here, to Jolkoun and investigate whether or not it actually has fallen, and if so, send them back. However, we lack horses for the journey and are a bit short on funds.
I'm holding
It's
my
always
finger.
something. Adventurers. Well, I know that Scrollock here has done some deeds for the town in the past.
Sherlock has specifically not said anything about the stuff he's done.
So I'm inclined to believe you.
Oh, and we'll take the tiefling off your hands.
And I can confirm, Lady Mullen, from what I've learned, it sounds like Jolkoun's been attacked.
That was the tiefling that they found outside the ducal palace investigating the walls, right?
Probably. It's the only tiefling I know of in the area.
This woke me up at 11 o'clock at night last night, saying that there was some sort of assassin.
Wait,
What was there?
I don't
Oh
think
wait, no, the guards said there was an assassin?
He was just saying that he was investigating the spikes on the walls and ensuring that we had
Oh.
adequate security.
Oh, someone let him out. Your prisons are not very secure.
Well, none of us ever in prison.
We never actually established that he was.
Yeah. He probably is now.
Yes, actually. So
Where is the tiefling now?
I believe he's being
Is he being questioned again?
kept as a guest at the constable's office.
Right.
I'll give you the horses you request, but I'll wait as for funds, I would like to find out more about what's going on there to learn if this is true. It's a big gamble giving you any horses at this time. Now, if there are supplies you think that you'll need, this is with your background trait, right? Is that you can get supplied.
Mm-hmm. Well, yeah, somebody in the same military or whatever, but.
He says, now if there's supplies you specifically need for the journey, we can see to those. But I'm also reluctant to allocate too many resources to something that could be a wild goose chase.
Fair enough.
Goose chase, we have enough evidence. There's crap going on.
Lady Baldwin, if
There's a lot of crap going on in a lot of places, and I've got to balance the importance of all of them.
We're adventurers.
Lady Baldwin, if we do find that
We're entitled.
that
And
Jolkoun
I'm
has
trying
been
not to hold that strike against you.
if we do find that Jolkoun has been besieged, do you think you could convince your brother to let these refugees into town? They'll just be slaughtered if something attacks.
Possibly. I can try. Everybody give me a wisdom insight check.
Insight, huh?
12.
Oh, should I just use passive, but...
I'm not
Yeah.
a titan in either of those.
12 or
Kind
13,
of.
13 or 11.
Okay.
I had 12.
Okay. 8.
And there's some you can hear a tinge of concern in her voice, but it's not you can't quite discern what the source of it is.
But no, this is the first time I have not called him a name.
And she says, "I can certainly see what I can do, but he seems obsessed with getting this stone back."
Well, if I had a fortified town under my protection, I would be digging more trenches right now.
And we are trying to make ready. I'll take your recommendation under advisement, since you certainly seem to have some military experience. Our walls, though, have stood against creatures before, and I'm not, and I believe they will again. The more concerning matter for me is training people to be prepared to fire a bow and set a spear. Is there anything else then? I'd like to get back to training.
No. I don't think so.
I'll speak to Sherlin Miller later this morning about requisitioning you those horses. They'll be waiting for you at the stables.
Wait, when did she say? This
Later
morning?
Later,
Oh,
later this morning.
I thought she said next morning.
And you guys can make your way to the
Sherwin-Williams.
office.
We're gonna paint this town red.
Sherlin Miller is
I stay outside for a couple reasons, but I do not go in. Like, I'll wait for you out here.
in the office talking to Tarmiel about the law, basically going through the laws of this town to describe this is how we do things, even if it's not how you do things. And he is not imprisoned, though. He is simply there with him. And when you enter, she'll greet you and say, hello. Have you made any progress on finding the stone?
Yes.
Why is this true?
Great. Do you know where it is?
Possibly. We are trying to find if you have any word of a man named Alvin leaving the city yesterday.
Well, there are many people that leave during the day. Many farmers come in for the market. And
I looked at the rogue. Oh.
I find it hard to believe because we had such a hard time getting in.
it's only if people are coming in for legitimate business and they're paying and they're bringing commerce here. It's not a problem. It's the reason that we aren't allowed to let all of those other people in is that they are a drain on resources right now. Well, they're a drain on resources, and the Duke doesn't trust the rest.
So you would pay more attention to somebody returning town than leaving town.
Yes.
So does anybody match Alvin's description? Returning?
I wouldn't know off the. I would have to question my guards. If you want to speak to the guards,
We believe he may have something to do with the disappearance of the gem, and he has disappeared from town rather hastily.
At least it looks that way.
Yes.
well, the night guards should be rotating back on shift later this morning. If you want to question them at the gates.
Unfortunately, Lady Maldwin has given us leave to take some horses and investigate what's going on in Jolkoun. We fear that it has been overtaken.
And I heard some rumors from the fishermen that there hadn't been much traffic. That's what you think is the source?
That and the fact that all of the doves have come home to roost without any messages from Jolkoun.
Huh.
So.
That is. She looks conflicted for a second and then says, well, the Duke wouldn't like it if I said this, but I think that that's more of a priority than finding this stone. A simple theft of an object is nothing compared to the lives of a settlement. And perhaps if you're intending to go there, you can find out more about what's driving all of these creatures to cause trouble in the countryside.
We'll certainly investigate as we can. If you don't hear anything in a couple 10 days and you're not already being attacked, we're probably dead.
I hope that's not the case. Despite the trouble, and she looks specifically at Tarmiel, yesterday, it's clear you have some good intents, and especially with several other defenders of the town gone, Kelson and Istaval, Flotion, it would be nice to have as many allies as we can get.
Sorry, did you say lotion?
Flotion.
Evolution. I will say for Bounce, I'll be going with them. I'm guessing she and I don't get along.
I'll take Tarmiel aside and say, there's a town where there's no law. No law at all.
Yeah.
All right, we are almost at time, so I think we will cut off there and right, we're at time.
Yeah, good.
And pick up next time with your departure from the town to, it sounds like, go investigate Jolkoun.
Yep, get our horses and then go meet up with Jekk.
We are all prepped for Jolkoun stuff for next week.
Cool.
We don't really have time for Q&A. I don't know what we can talk about really without having Mike here as well, but...
Yeah, I guess, I mean, if there's any questions sort of specifically about the characters, we can answer those, or about the campaign, or DMing, but if you've got questions, we'll take a couple.
Yeah, it'll take a little bit probably for the chat to catch up with what's going on. So I guess I'm playing a similar warlock to what Mike is playing, except our patrons are different, and of course my alignment's different. So I have an Archfey patron, which is different than Mike's. I'm guessing Mike is an infernal. So that means some of my abilities are different. Like that charm ability I used was one of them. So I will start it off with that.
When somebody asked if we're playing at the same time next week, I think so.
I am good for recording or playing. The basic plan is we want to do every week if we can. Sometimes work comes up, so these guys can't always make it. If they can't, then we'll try to fill in with people that can, or if we don't think the table's going to work out right, we'll just push it off to the next week. So the assumption right now is we will play. We'll probably talk a little bit about our schedules on Monday and get it all firmed up, and I can tell people for sure on Monday.
Well, the week after next week is GDC, and I know Tom and I are out. Are you out too?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we'll aim for next week and probably take a break the week after.
Yeah.
Somebody asked if this is a customized DM screen. No, this is actually just a 4th edition DM screen. That was the second of the 4th edition DM screens we had. So got all my secrets.
Got all your secrets. Right.
Okay,
So
we'll
probably
just wrap up there then.
Thanks everybody, and
Thank
then
you very
we'll
much.
see you in a week hopefully.